30 CNG buses in order to ease means of transportation for the poor. 30 or 36 states, 774 local government areas. They send a first batch.
Mr. President will cut the tape and inspect the vehicles. Your Excellency, Mr. President has just completed the inspection of the hybrid CNG buses.
It is a great inspiration for me to receive these buses on behalf of the government, making a significant innovation to transportation system. Utilizing natural gas to power our transportation industry is the next way to go. For many countries, especially Nigeria, with our own gas, if we work harder, be productive and innovative, it is an economic necessity that we should embrace. I noted the recent yearning of many ordinary Nigerians on transportation. I thank Innonson Motors and others who have been committed to change this narrative in this country. If we can enhance our energy competitiveness and bring about transformative changes like this, we would definitely be able to achieve the prosperity that we are working hard to accomplish for our people. These buses, along with the CNG and being convertible, is very encouraging and promising to enhance our transportation system. Countries like India have mandated CNG for all commercial vehicles since 2004. And in Nigeria, commercial vehicles make up about 80% of our petrol demand, costing us trillions of naira each month. The solution is here. We have it. We will work on it. We promise you, definitely, things will get better. Prosperity will be achieved. Thank you very much.
I'm highly disappointed of Nigerian government because the Nigerian government were highly disappointed in them due to foreseen circumstances. Definitely, I'm one of those people.
Like, these are not brand new buses. 30 buses, like all those campaign buses, they usually run on diesel or maybe petrol. The Innonson Motors decided to convert the engine from diesel to gas. And they moved them to Abuja for Tinubu. So he donated them to government. Like, this is everybody who can no longer afford petrol. You can just bring your car. Let us change it to gas for you. And that is what they are launching as Tinubu's initiative on CNG buses. Like, I was thinking they were going to build brand new Nigerian-made CNG. I have seen them. They are converting Korokwe, Keke Napep, who are using a petrol. They are changing that to, gas, something like that. You get? I thought they were going to build Nigerian-made cars that are running on gas. Nobody said they will not go there. A little girl that witnessed the End Bad Governance protest, she's 13, happened to call into one radio program in Nigeria. Listen to her.
I want to talk about all those politicians. I want to tell you the reason why they go silent. Because the reason why these politicians are going silent is because they are all guilty of what is happening in this country. They have already collected their share. They will go on exile. 4 years' time again, they will come and collect their share and go on exile again. That's why, personally, I have decided that when I get to university, that I'm going to study politics. Because all these people, they have suffered us enough. And they must pay for everything that they did to
Madeline, how old are you, Madeline? How old are you?
I'm 13.
Oh, okay, you want to study political science in school?
Yes, sir.
I think you...
Then I also want to greet Mr. Sore. I pray that God will continue to protect you from all these vicious dogs that are out there.
All right,
Thank you.
Sure, that's a 13-year-old Madeline saying she's praying for you on air. I don't know if you heard her. You want to say something to her?
I had a lot in play, and even though the last 10 days has been pretty mixed, I think she just put a little smile on our faces, and I wish her the best. This is the right time to start. Right. 13, to be politically conscious, to understand that you need a country to save and take back. I wish you the best, and hopefully, people like you with this passion, this raging passion for a better country, would have a chance not to be an absentee politician in the future, since you want to study politics, Madeline. And I wish your entire family good morning.
I want to talk.
A 13-year-old politically conscious girl. She's aware. I mean, you have a generation, that's what Princess usually say. I think she calls them Gen Alpha. What do you call them again? These are the children, the generation born in the age of internet and social media. So they can choose to be dumb if they want to. And they can choose to be politically conscious than their own parents and grandparents, those who are living the fight for self-liberty, right? They are living the fight to this younger generation. And they are becoming politically conscious. They are not going to be deceived by your God. Do you understand? You are not going to scare them with your guns and all those things that their parents bowed for. This generation they are coming for you. And that's why I've said this many times on this platform, that there are many, many Nigerian criminal politicians today that by the time the bell ring or sounds, some of you are dead. You'll be grateful that you are dead. And it's not going to be a long time. It's not going to be for long anymore. Well, moving from that little girl, I am going to, take us a little bit into something before we go back into politics. Last week, Emeka Anyaoku, the former Secretary General of the Commonwealth, a very old man, I think he's about 90 now, led a group of other establishment pensioners to go and see the druggy Kolu to tell him, listen, this country is tearing apart. And maybe now that somebody like you that we believe was a democrat, not a dictator, can use this your position now to call for national dialogue in this place, where every part of Nigeria, everyone can come together and decide on a single constitution that truly represents them. They call it People's Constitution. So this is a copy of that gist. I just want it to be on record, like proper one. I've got the full one, please.
We've had a very constructive meeting with the President. We, the Patriots, and I believe you know what the Patriots are. The Patriots are a non-partisan group of eminent Nigerians. Some call us leaders of thought, who are committed to the unity of our country and good governance of our country under a legitimate people's democratic constitution. So we came to convey this view that Nigeria needs a people's democratic constitution. Nigeria, we affirmed to Mr. President, is a pluralistic country. And you know that pluralistic countries exist all over the world. Those of them that addressed their pluralism by having true federal constitutions have survived. The example is India and Canada. But those pluralistic countries that failed to address their basic challenge of pluralism through federal constitution have ended up disintegrating. Examples of that are Yugoslavia and Czechoslovakia, and here in Africa, Sudan. These countries existed, in the case of Yugoslavia and Czechoslovakia, for about 100 years as one country, but they eventually
disintegrated because they could not manage their pluralism through truly federal constitution. And we put some proposals to Mr. President, and we urged him to send a President's executive bill to the National Assembly, a bill that will call for two essential measures. One, the convening of a National Constituent Assembly to be mandated to produce a new draft constitution. And we suggested that such National Constituent Assembly should consist of individuals elected by the people on non-party basis. Say, for example, 3 individuals per state, per each of the 36 states, and 1 from the Federal Capital Territory. And they should be mandated to produce a new draft constitution. And we also suggested that in the bill, the National Assembly should be asked to legislate for a national referendum, because as our laws stand at the moment, we have no provision for a national referendum. And we concluded by saying that the draft constitution to emerge from the Constituent Assembly should be subjected to the national referendum in order to give the peoples of Nigeria a chance to determine their new constitution. We also talked about the current crisis of protests throughout the country. And we suggested, advised the President that in our...
No, he spoke a lot. But the part I wanted us to have in the diary has been spoken already. Yeah, that's that's a peaceful way of deciding who still want to be part of this contraption or not. I mean, that's the easiest way to settle it. I have made that same proposal from this platform. A lot of people have made similar, but there are others who have been very much so honest and straightforward that, listen, when you think logical, or when you want to use a logic to process issue, please don't try to use logic when you are trying to deal with Nigeria. Because listen, this proposal has been the regular proposal even by the likes of Tinubu and gang. It's always been a proposal. We need this, we need self-determination, self-rule, self-this, autonomy, restructuring, and all those things they've pushed in the past. But the problem is this. Who's going to do it? The ones that killed people to become principal officer of the National Assembly. Would they be the ones to help us scrap the National Assembly? Would Tinubu that spent trillions of naira to buy all institutions just to become your president? Is he the one that's going to sign it and say, all right, take all of that away from me? And let us go and do another constitution that is going to possibly just tear everything apart and everybody will go their separate way. Okay, let's do it. Do you see the dilemma? So that's why those who always feel like it's nonsense, it's waste of, is because they know that common sense no dey work for Naija. And that is why Nigerians, right, are not used to, doing things that way and say, okay, yeah, let's wait it out and let's just follow the process and all of that. No, 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 no. That's why they would prefer just anyone or someone, okay, who can dare or do the unthinkable. For example, let somebody just emerge with a very massive army right now and then put a video on the screen and say, and put all these guys in handcuffs. Yeah, Akwabiole, Abbas, Tinubu, Shitty Man, their wives, their children, wherever they can find. Some of these guys, put them in handcuffs and line them on their screen. Half of the entire Nigeria will queue behind that person before they even get to know where is he from. Is he Hausa? Is he Yoruba? Is he Igbo? Before they even question that. Put there all of them, because right there, that is something that so many people believe that it is unthinkable, it's undoable, except somebody who can. So they don't believe that there is a system that can put all of them in cuffs for all they have done. Nigerians don't believe that. It's never going to happen. Never. The only way is if somebody just come, kill them. Hey, that person, like, yeah, you have done the unthinkable. You are going to be our leader. Sort of. It's a tough one, isn't it? Right. So those old men, they're proposing things that I know you may not really kind of like them. That's all right. That's how it's done. Nigeria is a place they forced all of us together, right? And as as a business entity that they put together as well, right? So those in charge, they are not interested in us. They're not interested in all this, whatever you call it, the division and all that, because the division is their making. It is not because you and I can't talk to ourselves and listen to ourselves. If you have to do that under a peaceful atmosphere, the politicians will lose their power, because around that time you realize that what you are suffering from, your brother is suffering from it. Your neighbor is facing the same thing. And this time around, you can imagine what it is like, the way it is for you. You can imagine what it is going to be like for your neighbor and people around you. You won't even care about where they come from, right? Yeah, you'll be able to kind of discuss how the policies of government affects you, not those in that government. And by so doing, you are going to take away the power from the politicians. So they don't want that. So all of us continue to argue and attack ourselves. And if we have a chance, maybe kill ourselves some more. In that division lies their strength and power. You see that all the time. It's just so unfortunate that people have been so conditioned to never reason along this line, And that's what will take us to Rivers State. In Rivers State, yeah, they've started their wahala again. First, these guys said, Wike's men, they came to come and bomb their own secretariat simply because with Wike and his gang, they are aware that there's possibility that Fubara and his men are going to go onto that platform, APP, to run for the local government elections, right? They haven't openly said that yet. But why is APP being attacked, bombed? 2 days ago, their secretariat was bombed in Rivers State. So we're going to start from here, the Wahala there, because this afternoon, another court now dismissed Tony Okocha. Tony Okocha is the APC chairman in Rivers State, okay? But somehow, he's loyal to Wike, who was a PDP governor and a minister now, okay? So Tony Okocha came into the picture when 27 House of Assembly members who are PDP members, right, claimed to have decamped to APC. Then went to court when they lost their seats and said, no, we knocked the camp. And I said, but you were holding a ballet, you were holding broom with APC. He said, no, that was just an event. So Tony Okucha said, no, they haven't really decamped. Now today, a court has removed him, which is kind of like a big blow to those who are from Rivers State politically, right? So it's kind of like a big blow to whatever Wike was cooking with Tinubu and his men. Which are complicated, Sha. So let me move on, Tangulam. The APP guys, after the attack on the